Hello class. So let's start with the next topic, Western Ghats. Okay. So we have seen that Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats are forming the boundary of Deccan Plateau. Now what is Western Ghats? Western Ghats lie parallel to the western coast, as we have seen earlier. They are continuous and can be crossed through passes only. The Western Ghats which is there, the small mountains and the ranges and all the Western Ghats, they can be crossed through passes only. Okay. And the Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats, and their average elevation is 900 to 1600 meters. So the Western Ghats are higher than the Eastern Ghats. Okay. Now, next one, the Eastern Ghats. So the Eastern Ghats, they stretch from the Mahanadi Valley to the Nilgiris in the south. And the Eastern Ghats are discontinuous and irregular and bisected by rivers draining into the Bay of Bengal, and their average elevation is 600 meters. Okay. That means here in Western Ghats we have seen they are continuous, so it can be crossed only through the passes. But here the Eastern Ghats are not continuous, so they are bisected by rivers draining, and their average elevation is 600. Here the average elevation was 900 to 1600. Now the Indian desert. Now here we are going to learn about our great Indian deserts. So there are mainly two types of Indian desert. One is hot desert and the other one is cool desert. Okay. Now here are some of the photos of hot desert given here. They are hot desert. Some of the pictures are there. Some of the photos of cold desert is given here. You can see the difference. You can see the sand, you can see the climate, you can see how the picture is. From the picture only you can make out where is hot, which is hot and cold. The Indian desert. It lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. Okay. And it is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes. It receives very low rainfall, below 150 mm per year. See, it is written that it lies towards the western margin of the Aravalli Hills. Now, where is the Aravalli Hills? Here you can see in this picture. Can you see Aravalli Hill here? Here, the central highland, Aravalli Hills. The western part of this Aravalli Hill, we have our deserts, Rajasthan side, right? The west of Aravalli. See. And it receives very low rainfall, below 150 mm per year, very low rainfall. Luni is the only large river in this region. There is river in this region, and the only large river is Luni. Barchans, that means the crescent-shaped dunes. They cover larger areas, but longitudinal dunes become more prominent near the Indo-Pakistan boundary. It can be seen in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. As we know that Rajasthan, the boundary from the Indo-Pakistan boundary is there, right? So the crescent-shaped dune, that means the Barchan, is mainly found here in Jaisalmer in Rajasthan. Okay. Next, the coastal plains, the fourth section. We have completed northern plains. We have seen northern mountains, northern plains, peninsular plateau. We have seen the Great Indian Desert. Now it is coastal plains, the fifth one. The peninsular plateau is flanked by a stretch of narrow coastal strips running along the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal on the east. The northern part of the coast is called Kongan. You must have heard about Kongan railways. Okay, so this is the northern part of the coast. The place is Kongan, and the central stretch is called the Kannada Plain, while the southern stretch is referred to as the Malabar Coast. The plain along the Bay of Bengal are wide and level, referred as the Northern Sikar in the northern part, while the southern part is called as the Coromandel Coast. So the coastal plains divided into two: western coastal plains, eastern coastal plains. Bay of Bengal, it's referred as the northern Sirsar or the north in the northern part, while the southern part is known as the Coromandel Coast. The large rivers such as Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri have formed extensive delta on this coast. See, what is coastal plain? Again, the first point, what is it? The peninsular plateau is flanked by a stretch of narrow coastal strips, which is running from Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal on the east, running along the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal on the east. So this northern part where it is starting is Pongal. Central stretch is called Kanad, and the southern is spot known as Malabar. The plain along with the Bay of Bengal is known as Northern Sirsar, and the southern part is known as Coromandel. Okay. And here large rivers are there: Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. And Lake Chilka is also there, which is an important feature along the eastern coast. So on the eastern side, the main important feature is Lake Chilka. These are the coastal plains. Coastal plains. The islands. Now the last topic, islands. Andaman Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Island. Andaman Nicobar Islands, these have volcanic origin, and Lakshadweep, they have coral origin. The origin, that means the origin from where this island has happened, the origin is Andaman Nicobar is the volcanic origin, and Lakshadweep is because of the coral origin. And Andaman Nicobar, the capital is Port Blair. Lakshadweep, its capital is Kavarati. This consists of 200 islands. In Andaman Nicobar, there are totally 200 islands. In Lakshadweep, it consists of 36 islands. Andaman, they lie in Bay of Bengal. Lakshadweep, they lie in Arabian Sea. So these are the main four differences, and these differences we know also earlier about Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. We have seen earlier. Now, the Pitli Island, which is uninhabited, has a bird sanctuary, Lakshadweep Island. Okay. These Andaman Nicobar Islands lie close to equator and experience equatorial climate and has thick forest cover. If you have seen Andaman, there's a picture. You can see there is thick forest cover over there, and it lies very much close to equator. And in Lakshadweep Island, there is Pitli Island, which is considered as a bird sanctuary, which is uninhabited and has a bird sanctuary over there. So here are some points about Lakshadweep Island, which is lying very much close to Malabar Coast of Kerala. The group of islands is composed of small coral islands, and earlier they were known as Lasadi, Minopol, and Amandi. And in 1973, these were named as Lakshadweep. Earlier, as these islands are composed of small coral islands, and which were those small coral islands? Lasadi, Minopol, and Amandi. And in 1973, they all together named as one Lakshadweep. It covers small area of 32 square kilometers, and Kavarati Island is considered as the administrative headquarters of Lakshadweep. This island group has great diversity of flora and fauna. There is good amount of flora and fauna. That's why the bird sanctuary is also there, right? So this island is having a great diversity of flora and fauna. The Pitli Island is known as the bird sanctuary in Lakshadweep Island. Then is Andaman Nicobar. They are bigger in size and they are more in numbers. The entire group of islands is divided into two. That is Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. It is believed that these islands are an elevated portion of submarine mountains. That means it's an there were mountains over there, big mountains, but then the mountains got submerged in Bay of Bengal. And the portion which we can see on top of the sea, on top of Bay of portion of submarine mountains. If you go down, there is this other portion of this Andaman Nicobar Islands mountain. You can see that. It is believed so. These islands groups are of great strategic importance for the country. Conclusion of the chapter. We have learned about northern mountains, which are the major source of water and forest wealth. Northern plains, as I told you, it's having the greater fertile soil, alluvial soil, so it is also considered as granaries. The plateau is there, which is considered as storehouse of minerals, and industrialization, which plays a crucial role in the industrialization. Then we have learned coastal region, island, which helps in fishing and port activities of our country. Then we have seen the diverse physical features of India, which are the Himalayas. Then we have seen the deserts. Then we have learned about the Ghats. So these diverse physical features of our country, of our land, which have immense future possibilities of development. So here is in the first chapter. We have learned about how we were together, India, Australia, South America, South Africa, and Africa in Gondwana land, how the drift happened, right? Then how it was separated. We have learned the formation of cold mountains, how the formation happens. We have learned about Himachal Shivaliks. Then we have seen northern plains of India. Then we have seen peninsular plateau, which is having central highlands and Deccan plateau. Then we have seen the greater Indian desert, hot desert and cold desert pictures. Then we have seen coastal plains of India. Then we have learned about the different island groups, which is very much famous, Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep. And it is believed that Andaman Nicobar is only an elevated portion of the submarine mountains, and a small portion which is seen outside the Bay of Bengal. Then we have learned about Lakshadweep. There is great diversity of flora and fauna there, and there is also a bird sanctuary present over there. And these are we have seen the conclusion as how we are having a good immense future possibility of development because of this diverse and excellent physical features of our country. Yeah. So that's it. I believe you understood the chapter. Thank you.